iPad cameras are not good as much as iPads are. You think they have a better camera? Look how grainy that is. It's like if you don't have no light on, that's what it look like. I mean, it's not dark in this room, but it shouldn't look that bad. Apple. Apple. Apple do put out a shoddy product. I don't even know why people love Apple. Because it's weird, like, on the iPad, when you doing a video like I'm doing right now, you can't even, it don't even have a button where you can, switch the camera. You can't even switch the camera. It don't even have a pause button. So if I had to pause this, I had to cut the video off and start a new video. Apple. And I noticed on their phone, they got some stuff too that don't make sense. That's why I like Android. Because it's not made by Americans. America put out a shoddy product. Because they say that the phone in China, that Hawaii phone, is way better than Apple, but it's banned here because they won't let us have it. We're stuck with Apple. And that's how they do in America. They won't let us have Chinese electric cars. That's banned here. And they better than Tesla. And price better than Ford and the rest of them. So, but they want to sell in their country, but they can't sell cars in our country. Isn't that the pit? They've been using and abusing American people. The American billionaires and millionaires been abusing us. I'm eating a bagel. Did I have a morning story time this morning? I seen this interesting video this morning while I was still laying in the bed. Blueface. He put all them tattoos on his face, right? So, Cat Williams was saying it was some kind of ritual. So I'm like, the boy was in prison. He came out of prison looking like that. So what, they got tattoo equipment and stuff in prison? Ain't tattoos like dangerous needles and stuff? So how that stuff get inside prison? You know what I'm saying? And did they make him get tattooed like that? Because the tattoos make no sense. They like logos, like Walgreens in the middle of his head, and Louis Vuitton and Chase, and just a whole bunch of white man's company logos on his face. He don't own none of them places. So why would you attach yourself with something you don't even, a brand that you don't even own and not your own brand? Somebody said they made him do it in prison. Because they probably thought he was a pretty boy and said, oh, we gonna make you ugly and you better do it. So and then he came out of prison as a different person. So something happened to that kid in prison. Because ain't no way you gonna put Walgreens and a W in the middle of your daggone forehead without being forced to do it. That need to be investigated. Like, how they get tattoo needles and stuff in prison? You know, they supposed to be in prison. That's a dangerous weapon. Because it's a needle. How that happened? How this kid get tatted up in prison and nobody said nothing or did nothing about it? That's crazy. I tell you, y'all young black men, y'all better stay out of prison. Because something going on up in there. So, that was a crazy story. And then I was like, why is this white lady Mary Kay in Cleveland? Why is she still hating on Shador? She be still hating on Shador. And I be like, white lady, first of all, you don't know nothing about football. You probably got that job from some nepotism or whatever. And you don't know nothing about football. I see girls on the internet know more about football should be in your place with that job. Okay, so it's like, really? And see, that's the thing I say. See, black people, we have to have 3 degrees and everything else and fight for a job. White people, they can come out community college or don't even go to college and get the job. And due to like I'm saying, like that man up there hiring beauty salon people. So, what can I say? We have it harder, but I think all them 300,000 black women, y'all better get in the AI field. Hurry up. It's a lady on YouTube. It's going to teach you. Her name is Alicia Little. Find her on YouTube because she's going to have a live Zoom the weekend of January 14th to the 16th. And at 10 a.m. and y'all need to be on it because the lady is trying to teach you about AI. Okay? And it's so much of a career in that field that they try to leave black people out. When I say they try to leave black people out, I'm serious. They try to leave black people out because when I look around the internet and I was looking for black people talking about AI, it ain't that many. It was like I can count them on one hand. When I go into different AI stuff and I look at um and I look at the mock-ups that they use, the voiceovers, they have no black people, no black voices, no black mock-up models, none. I mean, zero. And these are big time ones like Galaxy AI don't have no black models and stuff. And and they have like the different AIs in there. So I've been in a lot of AIs. Ain't none of them got black people or black voiceovers. Okay? Not even none of them. So I'm like, they try to leave us out the game like we ain't a part of this stuff. So I'm glad to see a black woman trying to teach y'all about AI. So y'all need to go follow her if you looking for a new career. Because sometimes you just got to take a new path. And, she was saying that AI consultants making a whole lot of money because a lot of these companies don't know how to do AI. They don't know how to use AI. She's training these companies and stuff on how to use AI. They don't know how to use it. They don't know. She even did some videos about being a consultant. I don't know if she said 2,000 a week, at 2,000 a day. I don't know. But anyway, she travels. She said she probably on a plane 2 times a week going somewhere. She actually trains on AI. And she's having a big webinar Zoom thing live on the weekend of January 14th and 16th. So I'm going to be there because I know a lot about AI because I've been on AI before y'all got ChatGPT. Y'all slow. Um, but it's so much now. 2 years ago, it was a handful of AIs. The first AI I was on was called Simplified, and it came out of Europe. And I used it on my Shopify to do my descriptions and my stuff for my store. And that was before y'all got, ChatGPT. That was before ChatGPT. So Europe had AI way before we did, because we slow over here. Um, so so I've been looking at AI since the beginning when it first came out, when the text wasn't right and you had 3 arms on your pictures. But I'm telling you, it has advanced. And that's why I follow her because it's so much AI now. It's even an AI that make your website for you. I didn't even know about that one called Lovable. She talked about that one. And I was like, I tried it like a preview. They let you do a preview. And it actually made me a whole website for what I wanted the website for, titled it, named it, put all I had to do was like pay to edit it, but you can see the whole preview. It makes you a whole website. I think it does websites and apps if you're trying to do an app on for the store. But yeah, so it's more AIs because she talked about different stuff to do different things, and she built this bot called my AI boyfriend Jamal on ChatGPT, and I pulled it up, and me and Jamal had a conversation, and I made that videos on my YouTube channel. My AI boyfriend Jamal, and we had a conversation. Shoot, Jamal's a good boyfriend. Matter of fact, I haven't talked to Jamal since that day. I need to go back and talk to Jamal, because Jamal give you encouragement. So 2026, I'm gonna be more into, I make bots for crafting. Ain't no other crafters out here doing what I'm doing. Ain't none of them doing these bots, okay? I can do the bots, okay? So any crafters y'all want me to teach you, I can teach you. But I'm just saying. So I'm trying to get my website together. Well, I use WordPress, but I had to rebuild my WordPress over. And I'm going to try to build it over in 2026 for just my bots that I make from the crafting world. So this is what I'm be doing in 2026. Besides working, I got me a new gig. I'm working at home. You see all my computers back there? I got like 3 computers back there. I got 2 PC. Well, 1 PC and 2 screens and then a Mac. So it's like 3 of them on the desk, but you don't even see the 2. Um, so I just got this gig, you know. I just make appointments for people, virtual doctors and stuff. Um, I did my first hour yesterday. I only had like 2 calls in that hour, but I don't know what I'm doing. Because they crammed all this stuff into us in 2 weeks. So the first 2 calls, I didn't know what I was doing. But they do have people you talk to through it. So it was alright. I got through it, but it was like I haven't done the important part, like making the visits and making sure I can make their visits and see all this stuff I need to see, because there's so much they crammed into us in 2 weeks. It's like it's more or less I'm a hands-on training person. So once I do it in person, then I get it, and then so I say the month of January I'm gonna be learning what I'm doing. By then I know what I'm doing, because I hate doing stuff when I don't know what I'm doing. 'Cause then you feel lost, and you be like, girl, what are you doing? And that's why I felt yesterday in the 1 hour I did yesterday. Because I have time on Saturday and Sunday, but they say it would take at least an hour on the weekday because there's more people working. So y'all tell me I got all this time on the weekend and ain't nobody gonna be working, Holly, that answer my questions when I don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, I got more hours because I got like 6 hours on Saturday and 6 hours on Sunday. But I split them up like 3, take 2 hours off, 3, like that, so I can breathe. So so we gonna see what happens. Cause I was like, usually when I take a training class, even the clothing stores, when I used to do clothing stores, they used to give you 4 weeks of training. And this one is for like doctor stuff, and you got no insurance stuff and all that stuff. And I'm like, and we only get 2 weeks of training. That's it, 2 weeks. So, gotta wing it. So if y'all talk to me, I'm new. Like yesterday, I couldn't figure out what to do with this man, what he wanted, cause they ain't tell me that in training. I really was 2 things they didn't tell me in training. First of all, I didn't know what this department he kept saying he needed to go to. I never heard of it. I didn't know what that was. And then the PIN number, I did when it got locked out. They ain't never tell us a PIN number it existed or it gets locked out. So I didn't know what I was doing with that. I knew about changing the password, but I ain't know nothing about the PIN number. Because 2 weeks of training ain't enough. So, I don't know what I'm doing till probably the end of January. I don't know. At least I know how to fix the PIN number. And then I know what that department's called. So there's two things I know now. But I haven't done like making people's visits or adding them to the system and that kind of stuff. I ain't had that kind of call. So we in this weekend, I bet you I won't have that kind of call. and I like, yeah, what do I do? I'm gonna go with some simulation stuff before the weekend, so I can get my brain together. hmm But that's a lot. I mean, they don't even want to pay that much for all they want you to do. That's how they get over in America. They don't want to pay that much for you to use your electricity and everything, and they get over. So it's cheaper for them to have people work at home than to have people work in the office because they know ain't nobody coming to the office for that money. And all the stuff we have to do, they should at least be paying $20 okay, for all that stuff. At least they getting over. They getting over like a fat rat. Now, if they made minimum wage $15, then they would have to pay people $15. But at the current time, they only pay what your state allowed as minimum wage. So if you got one of them states and the minimum wage only $10, then that's what you getting. You got a state that minimum wage, some states is 15. But if you got states that don't have that, then you ain't getting 15. That's for sure. Mm-mm. And I think that's why they ain't in every state, because they probably got out of the states that made people get paid 15. They think they slick. But if it was across the board for the whole U.S., then they ain't had no choice. Because they just, mm-mm-mm. They get over real big time by having people work at home, because then they get paid by what the state's minimum wage is. And the reason they don't want to move the minimum wage up, so the rich people can make the government subsidize these people with SNAP. Because they don't get paid enough. And then the rich people don't want to pay taxes into the SNAP. So the rich people get to keep all their money. Y'all ain't caught on to that game yet. I don't know why. That's the game of America. Well, rich people's game, they get to keep all their money and then they use the middle class tax money. The middle class don't get no breaks. hmm But they use our money to subsidize the people when all they got to do is pay them more money. It's like a lady with 2 kids, and she's making like $13 an hour. She can get $600 in SNAP benefits. And all the company had to do was pay her $600 more a month. So they get away with not paying her $600 more a month. They get the 600 SNAP benefits, which comes from the middle class tax money, because the rich people ain't paying no taxes. So they get away with not paying taxes, not raising the minimum wage, so it make the government pay the subsidy. They've been getting away with it forever. That's why they always fight so hard not to raise the minimum wage. Do y'all not get it? We are being used as taxpayers. We're being used, and I don't understand why they don't get it. And the people that fight against it, I was like, you fight against yourself. This is like when people fight against unions. You fight against yourself because a union is the thing that keeps you your job. So they won't use and abuse you, you dummy. I always been union. My husband was union. He was communications. I was postal union. We always been union. And if the post office didn't have a union, people have been like a revolving door in there. People been fired left and right, left and right, left and right. The union's what saves your job. The union is what gets you raises in the contracts and stuff. And people vote against their own self when they vote against a union, because they don't want to pay a little bit of union fees. I think my union fees is probably $26 a payday or something. It ain't even that much. You spend that at McDonald's to protect your job and to get it. You see, you ain't getting no raises because you ain't got no union. You see, they do anything to you, make you work overtime for free because you ain't got no union. I don't know why y'all don't poop with unions. It's so dumb. It's a dumb thing to do to yourself. Okay. People just work against themselves in the United States. I just came to that conclusion. Mm-mm-mm. They ain't gonna never learn. A new year coming, and we still ain't learned nothing. We still letting these people get over on us. Mm-hmm. Ain't learned a thing. It's who you vote for. Stop voting for knuckleheads. And stop voting for rich people when you ain't rich. And never will be if they have anything to say about it. They just want you to work for them with no money and struggle to live. That's all they want. They don't care about the price of groceries. They don't care about the price of housing. Cause they like somebody gonna rent it. Somebody gonna pay $3,000 to rent it. So they don't care. That's all I'm saying. They had that mentality. It's always another person. That's why they don't care if food is high. Because they know you gotta eat. You gonna buy food regardless what the price is. They don't care. That's why gas is high. They like, you gotta drive. This country doesn't have electric vehicles that people can afford. So you gotta get gas. So, yeah. Over in China, they electric vehicles, you can get one as low as $8,000 over there. And that's why 90% of them drive electric vehicles, because they can afford them. They keep the prices of electric vehicles so high here, can't nobody afford them because they don't want to get out of the rich gas oil people do not want you to get away from gas. They don't care how much it knocks off the ozone or whatever. They do not want you to get electric vehicles. Okay? Understand that. They don't want you to have it. Okay? Because if China can have them that cheap and they got billions of people more than we got, and they still surviving, that means we getting gypped over here in this country. America is not as great as y'all think it is. I don't know why y'all think it is. It's alright. It ain't great. Shoot, we struggle every day. We the most stressed out country in the world. Everybody's under stress. Why in China can they pay a mobile phone bill $30, but we have to pay $90 for a mobile phone bill? Why? Same daggone phone with the same functions. Why in China their internet service is like $30 and we over here paying from 100 to 500, whatever. We paying some money for internet. Ask yourself that question. Why is housing It's cheaper in China to rent an apartment and stuff. These people, I was watching this black couple had a 4 bedroom, three, no, yeah, 4 bedroom, 4 bathrooms, a 3 bathroom, heated marble floor penthouse. It was only on the 5th floor, but it was called a penthouse. Had our own private elevator. It goes straight to their little penthouse on the 5th floor for $1,200 a month. And it was furnished with TV and all. So how they living that good and their prices ain't that high? Because they make the corporations that's in China, which is the same corporations as here, Walmart, Costco, all that is over there. They even got Chanel and Louis Vuitton stores and stuff. They pay 70% of the taxes. See how you can live if you make corporations pay taxes? And see, they love it over here, the corporations, because all they got to do is tell a congressman, I'll give you some money. So that's it. White man greed. That's what it's called. So America has been ran on white man greed. Can't blame the black people. White man greed has destroyed America. Literally. Where people can't afford food, people can't afford housing, people can't keep a job. Why is the tech industry so terrible in America? It's not terrible nowhere else in the world but in America. And we don't have no tech. We need the tech industry. If y'all seen China's tech, y'all be like, what is going on? China is like 100 years ahead of us. But all we do is fire the tech people here because America is trying to keep us in the dark ages so we can be dependent on these old rich white people. Do y'all not understand the game they are playing? They don't want us to have technology. They don't want us to have electric vehicles. They don't want us to have higher wages. They don't want us to have these rich people that y'all keep voting for is the ones holding you back. Okay? You keep voting for the same crazy people. There's the ones that's doing it to you, bending you over. Okay? So use some logical sense sometime when you voting. Like, let's look at this person and then look at the person. Stop watching Fox News and all that stuff. Do your own investigation. They do have a thing called Google. Do your own do your own research on people and stuff. Stop listening to other people what they tell you. All y'all had to do is do research on Kamala. It was all on Google. How she saved the housing, the people that got burned in the last recession with their housing. She got the billionaires, bankers only wanted to give the white billionaire bankers, because they white, the only wanted to give her $3 billion to make up for the housing crash stuff, that predatory stuff. And she was like, no. And so they ended up giving her $20 billion back she got from the banks for them people in California. That was the only state that got money back. Ain't nobody else tried to get no money back from nobody. So you think she couldn't have fixed these grocery prices with these CEOs of these grocery stores? And she got these white bankers to give her $20 billion now. That's why y'all need to do research. The lady is smart and ruthless in the courtroom, okay? Okay, so, y'all should have did research. We wouldn't be in this mess we in right now. Just a little research, okay? So anyway, I like to see a woman. I'm tired of white men. And y'all should be tired of these white men too, because all they do is run everything on greed and profit. And who's profiting? Not you. You ain't profiting. And you understand people with money did not come out and was against that bill. You ain't hear nobody from Hollywood. You ain't hear nobody from record industry. You ain't hear nobody got a whole bunch of money from other ways. None of them protested that bill because the bill had that they ain't have to pay no taxes. So they didn't care about you and your health insurance and your. They ain't care. But y'all still out here. This dog, he thinks my bed is his bed. Boy. Anyway, um, they ain't supporting you. They don't care about you. But y'all out here still buying their records and still watching their movies and still making them rich. And they ain't utter one word when they was trying to put that bill on us and take all our stuff away, like our Medicare, Medicaid, and health insurance. Ain't nobody saying nothing against that. Because all they worried about, oh, we getting a tax cut. We don't have to pay no taxes. And that's all they was worried. They was worried about them. But y'all sit up here and still support these people, and these people wasn't worried about you. Okay, they wasn't worried about what was happening to you. But y'all just steadily making them rich. But they wasn't even worried about you. We ain't hear a whisper from them people when that's what's happening. Not one. Even the rappers that make a lot of money was on his side. Like Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent and what's his other name? Nelly. All them was on his side. Because the ones that got money, of course they going to be on his side. Because they ain't want they ain't want to pay taxes on all that money. That's why you ain't hearing nothing from these people. So you just got used and abused and smacked down. And you still buying that stuff. I don't buy nobody's stuff. Mm-mm. I don't even go to movies no more. I don't support none of that stuff. Um, they don't support us. But y'all keep making them rich like they doing something. And you notice now YouTube and all these social medias are suppressing black content. So y'all can't make no money. Child, my long videos on YouTube, I be getting 1 or 2 views. I'm serious. The long content. Only the shorts I get some. Sometimes, some days I might get 0 or 2 or 4. But a lot of times I get more views on the shorts than I get on the long content. And that's the same as all the such Facebook. You don't get no views. You come on live on Facebook and nobody sees you on live. That's how bad it is on Facebook. That's why small businesses don't use Facebook no more. Facebook is horrible. And then you got Instagram. You can't get no followers on Instagram either because it's owned by Facebook. Same algorithm problem. Um, then you have Pinterest ain't been the same since they started doing ads. I don't even go to Pinterest no more. I didn't drop that out of my plate of places I go. And then what else we have? Only one that work is TikTok for your small business because TikTok is owned by the Chinese who don't run their business on greed and profit. And they get ready to take that in January and give it to the Israelis that run Oracle. So they get ready to take that and give it to them, but they're worried about Chinese people stealing our stuff. But you gonna give it to Chinese people don't need our stuff. Have you seen how advanced China is? We need to steal their stuff. To tell the truth. Dude, they way more advanced than we are. Okay? Um we are the Flintstones and they the Jetsons. So you been used and abused in America, and when y'all get tired, y'all be like Italy. The whole country went on strike. Everybody, I bet you they got their way. Y'all don't learn. Y'all haven't learned how to get y'all way in America yet. Y'all ain't learned from the civil rights movement. Obviously, white people wasn't paying attention to the civil rights movement because they don't know what to do. Since black people say we ain't doing nothing, we sitting out of this one because we tired of y'all. They don't know what to do to stop all this stuff from happening. They don't. They need black people. They know they need us. And that's why they keep egging us on by taking black stuff away. Oh, we gonna take away the civil rights. We gonna get rid of the freedom bus. We gonna get rid of Martin Luther King and Juneteenth holidays. We gonna do this. They just trying to egg us on, and we just ignoring them like y'all can't get to us. Sorry. Because when we said we was done, the day after Kamala didn't win, we was done. Because we knew what y'all was putting in there. So y'all ain't care because the man was white, whether he was a pedophile, whatever. Y'all didn't even care. So we know what y'all about. So y'all gonna find out what we about. We ain't about y'all. So y'all handle this mess, and they don't know how. Y'all, they don't even know how to handle this mess that they done created. They don't know what to do. They have a march like every 3 months. What they gonna do? And nobody protesting the dropping of this insurance subsidies. You know, insurance tripled because I had state insurance. Because everybody gonna have state insurance once they retire because you can't afford to keep your company's insurance. When my husband retired from AT&T, to keep that insurance, it was $2,000 a month. Who the heck can afford that? So we got on state insurance, and the subsidies, I didn't have to pay that much, but we had to pay back in taxes like $1,500, for that. But still, we still ain't had to pay that much through the year. Without the subsidies, it's tripled because I was paying, now that my husband is no longer here, I was on it by myself, and I was only paying $68. When I paid $68 December the 1st, they already had what January's going to be. And January said $320 something. That's without the subsidies. You know what I'm saying? But thank God for me, I'm a senior citizen now. No, in January is my birthday, so I turned 6. Do I look like I'm 65? No, I don't. But I do. Turn 65. And because I was born in 1961. Okay. But I turned 65, so I get to get on Medicare, which Medicare ain't all that great either because they have a flat fee of like $202 this year, and every year it goes up, right? Because I went back on Google and looked at 2020, 2021, 2022, 3, 4. Every year it goes up. So this year it crossed over to $200, so it's 202. That's a flat rate. They don't care how much Social Security money you getting. You still have to pay 202. You can be getting $600 a month. You still got to pay 202. Lucky for me, I get over up there because, you know, thank God my husband had a good job. He was a network specialist, so at AT&T. So his Social Security was higher than mine. So when he died, I could switch over to his. Thank God. Because mine for the post office wasn't even that high. So, because the post office ain't pay no money. So when you have jobs that don't pay a lot, that determines how much Social Security you're going to get. So thank God for his 6-figure job. Because we would have to be working and getting Social Security out here in these streets. But, yeah, so then they gonna take 200. They're gonna send me the letter. They can't wait to send you stuff when they taking money. This is how much you gonna get. I said I already calculated out that 202. Shoot, you ain't have to waste no paper. I know that y'all will take it straight out of Social Security. So you only get, like, if you pick up your Social Security at 62, you only get 62, 63, 64, 3 years at the full price. And then, and when you turn 65, they automatically put you on Medicare and take it out of your Social Security money. So I'm telling you, if you working right now and you younger in your 30s or whatever, you better act like you want to push your salary up before you retire, because that determines your Social Security at the end of the time. But but still, 202 is a flat rate. It doesn't even go by how much you make. It's a flat rate. So everybody across the board has to get paid 202. And it goes up every year. So next year it probably be 230. Then it goes to 260. Next thing you know, it's gonna be $300. But the whole time I worked for 30 years for the government, I know I was paying money into Medicare. So why am I paying 202? And I was like, why nobody ever asked that question? We paid into Social Security and we paid into Medicare. It was on my dang on pay stub. So where all that money go? Why I still gotta pay 202? It's wild. It's wild, y'all. So beware of that. And when somebody told me in my working career that that's the way it go, I didn't know that's the way it go, but that's the way it go. So you ain't got no choice. So you might as well get your Social Security. If you wait till you're 65, you get a little bit more Social Security. So that might help you when they start taking the Medicare out. But then you don't even know if you're going to make it to 65. So most people take their money at 62. Because most people want to retire from their job around that time. They don't want to wait till they're 65 to retire. Uh, so, anyways. I could retire. I could retire at 57 because I started working when I was 19 in the government. So I had years. Okay. But anyway, so we found that out once we got older. And nobody told me that. So I'm just telling you now, I'm giving you the 411. Get a higher paying job. If you can. So there you go. That's the 411. And if you can wait till you're 65, then wait till you're 65 to get your Social Security. Because you get a little bit more money when you're 65, but it's hard to wait. You be like, 62, let me get it before they run out of money. So, anyway, well, that's a long 3 years to be waiting. Unless you still gonna work while you waiting. But anyway, they did the baby boomers wrong anyway because this economy has sucked us dry. Sucked up our retirement, sucked up our, Social Security. But, it's just this economy. And the cost of housing and all that stuff. Utilities high. Everything's high. So anyway, yeah, I know I got a doctor appointment Monday. It just came up on my thing. I gotta go get my stress test stuff done for the year. I need to do my mammogram too. I try to get stuff done in January. That's my birthday month. So that way I remember to do it. So, and plus I'd rather do it when it's cold. And I told him I ain't getting on no treadmill, so you can forget that. Cause I can't do treadmills. I be telling them, nope, can't do it. Because I am totally winterized, out of shape. So, anyway, I gotta do that Monday. So I ain't gonna work Monday. I'm gonna work Saturday and Sunday. And then Monday I'm not working. So I'll probably pick up hours for like Tuesday. I'm trying to get some weekday hours next week. So I can have more help when I'm working. So, because they didn't tell us that when they put the hours up. Because we were like, why y'all ain't tell us? Because I would have took some weekday hours if I knew that. Well, they was snatching up so fast, and I didn't even know they had like 100 people they had trained. With everybody was trying to get out. I ain't know. So I gave up an hour. They asked us to give up something for some other people, so I gave up an hour. And then I turned around and took another hour yesterday. And then they gonna say, you only supposed to have 10 hours. I said, no, they said when I put on our productivity training on this part, we could have from 7 to 15. So y'all ain't on the same page or something. And I think next week we could have up to 25, maybe. I don't know. But this is a self-contract job. That means it's like my own business. I can write off on my taxes. Like that computer I had to buy right there. I mean, I had to buy a PC. And I bought an all-in-one HP. And so that cost me money like $1,000. Because I have a Mac and they don't do Mac. So I had to get a PC. Because I'm a Mac girl. I ain't a PC girl. So I had to get a PC just to do these gigs. So, but I think I might get 2 gigs. Since this one I can do my own hours, I'm thinking about trying to get another one. But I'm going to wait till I learn this one. You know, I can't be learning 2 things at one time. I'm going to wait till I get this one down packed. And then once I get the feel of things, I can get me another one. Because since I can make my own hours on this one, I like the contract ones. The contract ones, to me, I like because they give you a 1099. It's like your own business. You write off on your taxes. And then they don't take taxes out. You pay your own taxes. So, because that week I might need money. So, hey, we love it. No. Mm-mm-mm. So, I'm going to do the weekend. And then I probably try to get some next week. I think they said the time come out on Friday, I think. I had to check. But I'm going to use it next week. Some weekday times because there's more people working on weekend to help me. Because I'm like, I definitely think I'm going to get stuck on every call. Even though they have that knowledge thing. But you got to read. Read, talk to the customer at the same time, read. It's hard. It's difficult to concentrate. So I know I'm going to meet. I'll be like, can you help me? I can't remember how to do this. Because I was on calls for like 15, 20 minutes. That last calls with that PIN number thing, I just couldn't. Because she had like 4 accounts in there, and 3 of them were dead accounts, and the one live account was the one I didn't pick. That's why I couldn't find her. I was like, I mean, I found her, but I couldn't get to where I could do her PIN. Because she had like so many dang on accounts. And I didn't realize that they kept that stuff in the system like that. They didn't tell us that in training. Okay, so something I learned. Every day is a learner. That's why I like hands-on stuff. Training's all good, but once you start it, you know, it's my cranberry juice so I can drink out the bottle. Ain't nothing like some cold cranberry juice. Yes. So what we have for breakfast? I got some applesauce and a banana, and we had a yogurt. And not a yogurt, a bagel with cream cheese. That's all I felt like doing today. I didn't even make me no sausage and eggs and nothing. Like, I just went to the grocery store and spent $200. And then I look in there, I be like, I don't have no food. It was like, what am I going to eat? I don't even know. I don't even know what I bought. I was like, I bought something. The other day, I made some noodles and sausage. And then that was good. But that was only like 2 servings. One for me, one for my son. There wasn't no leftovers. Then I made my navy beans and ham out of the ham from Christmas. And then it's trash day. I gotta get that turkey out of the refrigerator today. I thought I'd cut up, make a turkey salad from Christmas. And um, then I looked in the freezer and I was like, I don't have no meat. I don't have no chicken. I thought I bought some chicken though. I might have some chicken. I think I did. I bought some chicken breast. I might cook that today. But I'm like, where is the food? And eating out is too costly, man. $30 just to get some food. $30 damn dollars for one person. It's more expensive than ever. So I'm trying to refrain from Grubhub and the grocery store. I let my son pick out what he wanted. It was $100, and I got what I wanted was $100, and that was just, when do we do that? Thursday or something, or Friday, and that was $200, and I still ain't got no meat. It's like you cannot get 2 weeks worth of food no more at the grocery store. Ain't nobody saying it, but I'm saying it. You cannot get 2 weeks worth of food at the grocery store unless you spending like $400. Yep. Or $300. Yep. These little applesauces. That's why I had to have two, because it's so little. It's like you got 4 spoonfuls in here. Okay. Anyway, these little things. So, I don't know what to say. I did some embroidering yesterday for the first time in a long time. I ain't got nothing to embroider though because I don't have no shirt. I just don't. I don't have anything because I can't really bring no more stuff in this house. I got enough. Matter of fact, in the spring, as soon as it hit spring, I'm spring cleaning out my drawers. Like all my drawers is stuffed with clothes in my closet. And I'm like, I ain't been living here like 7 months, and I downsized, and I still got too much stuff. So, and I had got rid of a lot of stuff, and I still got a lot of stuff. So I was like, I gotta get organized, my craft space in the garage in the spring, because I only can work in there in the spring and the fall, because it'd be hot in the summer and cold in the winter, so I can't even be out there in that garage. I leave the car in there. The car in there. And it snowed last night, and I didn't even know it snowed till I took the dog out. And I was like, it snowed last night. I missed that. Like an inch. It's enough to be on the grass, the top of the roofs and stuff. I was like, when did it snow? I didn't even know it snowed. So, well, that's why I keep my car in the garage in the wintertime, so I ain't got to clean it off. If I drive it, I don't even drive that much. That car be sitting in the garage. You know, my car won't last me a long time because I ain't using it that much. First of all, I work at home. Only time I get in the car, if I gotta go to the doctor appointment or go to the grocery store. I don't really know people around here. So where else I'm going? I ain't going nowhere. So I'm gonna keep some low mileage on this car. That's why I really was gonna lease a car, because I knew I wasn't driving that much. But I ended up buying a car from Carvana. Carvana is pretty cool if you want to get a car, because they deliver free. So the guy came, it was a Saturday, and he came and brought my car and dropped it off. And the reason that I trusted the Carvana over me just buying a used car somewhere was because their cars, a lot of them, just make sure you read the thing. If it say fleet or rental, they are rental cars. And rental cars, they usually maintenance very well because of insurance. They got to. And they don't have that many miles on them because they usually get new rental cars every 2 years. So this car had like 48,000 miles. It's a 2023 Santa Fe. It's nice. It got them little buttons you push to drive. It's like drive, reverse, and park right in the middle of the dashboard. You got buttons. I gotta get used to that because I'm used to a stick shift. But they are buttons. And they got a nice big long screen, 10-inch screen for the navigation and all that stuff up there. It's a nice vehicle. It didn't have no dents on it. Good tires. Oh, and it only had 48,000 miles. Only thing about Carvana, they got loan sharks. And they make you use their loan people. But I'm going to the credit union in January and get a refinance. I was just waiting for the interest rates to go down. Which they supposed to have did something with the interest rate, so I was waiting. I can get it cheaper. I know the credit union's gonna give me a 6.99 when I was looking for a car. It's better than 25. Cause I told you Carvana is a loan shark. So I gotta go do that. I've only been paying for the car 2 months, so that ain't bad. But I want to get a refinance before I pay any more, since they always try to make you start over. But it's a nice car, and the plus is in good shape. It's like brand new. I mean, the interior is like a new car. Like nobody ever been in this car. It was a rental. I mean, a fleet car. It was nice. So you're better off buying used cars, fleet cars, than buying used cars that belong to somebody or two people or whatever. Just, hey, I gave you that advice. And it was a simple process with Carvana. Everything was online. I used my app on my phone. But they do call you and talk to you too. But it was an easy process to do. And then they delivered the car on a Saturday on the back of a Carvana truck. And then oh, that's right, I gotta go to motor vehicle. Cause they give me a tag, a little sticker thing to go on the license plate. But then they talking about it only lasted January 2026. I was like, cause that's my birthday. I was like, well, why would you give me a tag that expires January 2026 when I just got the car a couple months ago? Why y'all didn't give me 2027? To make me pay again, that's what. America sucks. You know, in China, once you buy a car, you'll never have to pay for registration and all that stuff ever again. Tell you they living better than us over there. And we act like they the problem. We the problem. I'm getting out of here. Bye.